Welcome back guys. In this video I'll be showcasing many AAA games running on Rog Ally with the Linux based Bazzite operating system. Already shown the process of installing this OS on Rog Ally. We'll drop the video link in the description. I've been using this operating system for about a week now. It offers an experience similar to SteamOS, a bloatware free operating system. In terms of gaming performance, it's quite similar to Windows. I've already done my testing. The performance difference in most of the games was well within the margin of error. I would not recommend switching from Windows to Bazzite operating system on Ally if you're expecting a performance bump. I'll share with you the settings. I've set the UMA buffer size to auto. I'll show you the handheld Daemon settings. Double press the army crate button. Using a 25 watts manual profile, TDP boost disable. Open the advanced settings by pressing the Y button on the gamepad. This is the fan curve that I am using, aggressive one. I don't want the temperatures to go higher than 80 degrees Celsius. With this fan curve, the temperature should not exceed 75 degrees Celsius. Charge limit 80% optional. Energy management manual. CPU power high. CPU boost disable. That's it. Decky loader received a new stable update, so make sure you have updated it. I'll show you how to do this. Switch to desktop mode. Just open the console terminal and run this command. Ujust space setup-decky. I'll provide in the description of the video and hit enter. Decky will get updated automatically. Make sure Ally is connected to the internet. Sudo password is required. Enter it. I'll show you how to set up Mangohud overlay. It can be used to display the performance metrics when running games in desktop mode. You can download it for free from Discover Store. After installing it from Discover Store, just open File Explorer. Click on your Bazzite operating system partition. Now open this folder named USR. Here look for a folder name Share. There it is. Open it. Now look for a folder named DOC. There it is. Open it. Look for a folder name Mangohud. There's the folder. Open it. Now copy this file Mangohud conf example. Click on home. You need to open .config folder. If this folder is not visible, just click on the hamburger icon here. Check this setting, show hidden files. Now you need to create a new folder in this directory and name it as Mangohud. Right click in the blank area, go to create new, click on folder, name it as Mangohud. It should look like this. Open the folder, paste the file here, rename it, and just remove .example from the end. Should look like this in the end, mangohud.conf. Open it. By tweaking this configuration file, you can enable or disable any performance parameter from the overlay. In order to enable any performance parameter, just need to remove the hash symbol at the start of its line. You can also apply an FPS limit. I'll apply an FPS limit of 120. This is Ally's maximum refresh rate. Just remove the hash at the start of this line. It's active now. Remove 0, type 120. Scroll down until you find this section. GPU stats. Enable GPU temperature. Remove the hash. Enable GPU core clock. GPU power enabled. GPU text, basically name of your GPU. I'll just type 780M. Ally's GPU Radeon 780M. Scroll down. CPU stats section, same thing, CPU temperature enabled, remove the hash at the start, CPU power enabled as well. CPU text, type the name of Ally's CPU 7840U. CPU megahertz enabled. Scroll down until you find this section, display system VRAM, remove the hash at the start of VRAM and RAM. That's it. Scroll down a bit. Throttling status, I'll disable this. Add hash. That's it. Click on save. close the file. In order to use Mangohud for any game, just select the game in your Steam library. This is Baldur's Gate 3. Now click on the settings bar, click on properties, click on general. Under launch options, add this line of text, Mangohud equal to 1 space percentage command percentage. Launch the game. Desktop mode. Game started. You can see the performance metrics in the top left corner. Even the translation layer is mentioned. In this case it is DXVK. So this is how you enable the performance metrics in desktop mode. In order to use Protontricks on Bazzite, you need to use the beta version of Protontricks. Show you how to install it. Just copy this command line. Provide the link to this website in the description of the video. Open console terminal. Paste. Hit enter. After the installation is complete, just search for Protontricks. You will see two versions. The version under ProtonHub Qt should be the beta version. This window should pop up after selecting any application. You should not be seeing any error. You can access Decky Loader by accessing the QAM setting. Press the Army Crate button. Tap on the plug icon here. There's Decky Store. I have installed a few plugins. All of my FSR frame generation mods that I made for Steam Deck are applicable to Rog Ally running on Bazzite operating system. I'll be running some games with FSR frame generation enabled wherever applicable. I'll kick things off with Witcher 3. For this game I have installed Luke FC's FSR frame generation mod. Connected my Cosmic Patch Stellaris gamepad to Ally via Bluetooth mode. Using G Proton version 9-13 as the compatibility layer. Launch the game. Proton DB badges installed. Games launcher. Tap on play. Performance QAM settings. OLE level set to 3. You can see the metrics here. Frame limit set to 120. VRR enabled. At the moment there is a bug with VRR on Bazzite. After enabling it, we cannot apply an FPS cap. That's it with the settings. We'll be using the same performance QAM settings for every game, so I won't be opening it again. First I'll be running the game without frame generation. Video settings. Using the high preset. DLSS upscaler enable, which is basically XeSS version 1.3 upscaler, using its quality preset. All effects enable. Settings set to high. Display settings. Set the resolution to 800p. At 720p resolution, frame generation board work, display mode full screen. Frame generation off. There's Carol standing right outside the entrance of Novigrad. This area is very demanding due to the high NPC count. FPS is close to 45, almost hitting the GPU bottleneck. This is the game running without FSR frame generation. Temperature is staying under 75 degrees Celsius. Gorgeous graphics. Next generation version of Witcher 3. Now I'll enable FSR frame generation. Frame generation on. Back to the game. Yeah, you can see FPS increased to around 80. Can observe the added amount of smoothness. Animation is looking smoother with frame generation on. Frame time graph is very erratic, but I'm not observing any hitching. It's not accurate, you can ignore it. Let me just check the controls. Yeah, jump by pressing the B key, nothing by pressing the A key. Input delay is not a problem. Just explore the city on horseback. There's Roach. You can see we are not hitting the GPU bottleneck, so the game's performance is limited by the single core CPU performance. Novigrad is very demanding. You can see the high NPC count going through the crowd. Still the performance is decent. FPS is close to 60. Very demanding area here. You can always drop the settings. (55 to 70 FPS) in the city of Novigrad. I'll be testing the next game. Baldur's Gate 3, G Proton version 9-13 as the compatibility layer. VRR, in-game settings, 900p resolution, VSync disabled, FSR 2.2 upscaler enabled using its quality preset. I have set the shadow quality and texture quality to medium, rest of the settings are set to low. I load the third act, lower city area, very demanding. There's my character Karlak and my teammates. Okay, here FPS is close to 50. We are hitting the GPU bottleneck. I'll explore the area on foot. Enter the tavern. Yeah, you can see GPU load drop down to around 80%. Back to 90%. 85% again. FPS is close to 40. So game's performance is limited by the single core CPU performance. See? So many non-playable characters around me. Oh, what happened? I'm dead box. Image quality is looking sharp. Leave the place. Trigger an explosion. Keep an eye on the FPS counter. There's the explosion. The FPS dropped to around 22, back up to 30, 33. Magical effects, very demanding. Yeah, third act is very demanding. Game received a new update just a few days ago. It improved performance in the third act. So FPS mostly stayed above 30 on Rog Ally, running on Bazzite. This particular area is very demanding. You can see the crowd. These guys are performing some magical tricks. Start a fight. Attack this guy. Battle started. Yeah, even here we are getting around 40 FPS. Higher than that. Zoom out. On Windows platform you can use an unofficial FSR 3 mod for Baldur's Gate 3. It's developed by Pure Dark. Unfortunately that mod is not compatible with Steam OS or Linux at the moment. I'll be testing the next game. Ubisoft's Far Cry 5. This game is unsupported on Steam OS using G Proton version 9-13 as the compatibility layer. You just need to sign to your Ubisoft Connect account and the game will work. We are in. Now if you see a Ubisoft Connect notification stating that your GPU driver is outdated, just open Ubisoft Connect settings by pressing the Shift plus F2 keys together. Like this. Now you need to click on settings. From here, disable enable in-game notification setting. Notification will disappear. Game settings. Resolution set to 900p. Refresh rate 120. Full screen mode. Texture filtering and shadows set to high. Rest of the settings set to normal. HD textures enabled. Anti-aliasing TAA motion blur disabled. We are in. Yeah, here FPS is close to 60. The image quality is looking so sharp. Not using any upscaler. Hitting the GPU bottleneck as expected. Objective. Need to kill some bears. Switch my weapon. Teammate. They are following me. That's good. What's going on there? A dead bear. Oh my god. Another bear. Bounced on that guy. It's running away. 50 to 60 FPS even during combat. Escape. Oh no, another bear. Very stable performance. This bear is also running away. What is my teammate doing? Finally got the bear. You can always drop some settings to gain a few frames, entirely up to you. VRR is definitely working. Such a smooth looking animation when I look around, no tearing. Now I'll be testing the next game. Marvel Spiderman Remastered G-Proton version 9-13 as the compatibility layer. This game supports FSR 3.1 officially. In-game settings, display mode full screen, 900p resolution, VSync off, frame generation off using XeSS upscaler, version 1.3, its quality preset, medium preset, motion blur strength set to nil. That's it. There's Spidey. I'll be swinging around the city. Here FPS is within a range of 50 to 60. All the animation is looking so smooth. All thanks to VRR. Even when the FPS is variable, we are within Alice VRR range. Hitting the GPU bottleneck. Decent performance even without frame generation. You can see Spidey's shadow is not flickering. It's going to flicker when I enable frame gen. Crowded area. Yeah, here FPS is within a range of 45 to 55. See, I'll enable frame gen. On. Apply. Resume the game. Yeah, FPS increased to around 85. Can observe the added amount of smoothness. Input delay is not a problem. Slight increase in latency. Game's HUD elements are not flickering. Just swing around. Yes, Spidey's shadow is flickering. See, on the ground. Difficult to spot this artifact on LS small display. Amazing performance. Test 100 FPS. In the crowded area, FPS is close to 80, not bad at all. Now I'll be testing the next game. Ghost of Tsushima. This game also supports FSR 3.1 officially. G-Proton version 9-13 as the compatibility layer. Proton DUH Platinum. SteamOS compatibility is unsupported. In-game settings. 720p resolution display mode full screen. FSR 3 upscaler enabled using its quality preset. Frame generation disabled for the time being. Using the medium preset, motion blur strength set to nil. I'm at Golden Temple. This area is very demanding, and here we are getting close to 50 FPS, not bad at all. Hitting the GPU bottleneck. Sprint around. Many non-playable characters around me. Good performance even without frame generation. 45 to 50 FPS. Yeah, I can observe the choppiness outside and as VRR range. I'll enable frame generation. On. Resume the game. FPS increased to around 75. 70 to 75. Not a big jump in performance, I'll be honest. Not bad. Entirely up to you. Input delay is not a problem. Show you some combat. Leaving the place. In the open area, FPS should increase. Yeah, FPS is close to 90. Animation is looking so smooth. FSR works nicely in this game. HUD elements do not flicker. No significant artifacts around Jin. Playing on a small display after all. Dead body here. Should be some bandits around. Golden forest. Adachi estate is nearby. There it is.
Find Adachi's estate. Lady Masako should be here. Lady Masako! Warriors of Clan Adachi! Is anyone here?
Objective.
Lady Masako! It's Jin Sakai.
Here's the bad guy. It's waiting for them to pop out. 80 to 90 FPS here. Very stable performance. Landed the parry there. I'll be testing the next game. Cyberpunk 2077. For this game I have installed DLSS enabler mod. It allows us to enable FSR 3.1 frame generation and XeSS version 1.3 upscaler using Gproton version 9-13 as the compatibility layer. Game's latest update added official FSR 3.0 to the game. Was not impressed by it. We are forced to use FSR upscaler, which produces a lot of texture shimmering in this game. That's why I ended up using DLSS enabler mod. In-game settings, basically using the medium preset. Resolution scaling set to DLSS, which is basically XeSS version 1.3 using its quality preset. Frame generation disabled for the time being. Will be required to restart the game. Motion blur off. Settings that come with the medium preset. Few settings are set to high. 720p resolution VSync off. We are in. I am in Little China, standing right outside V's apartment building. Yeah, here FPS is within a range of 50 to 60. And this is the game running without frame generation. Steal the vehicle. Oh my god. Headshot. Keep an eye on the FPS counter. Cops will be after me. FPS is staying around 50, not bad. Very stable performance. Okay, we are now hitting the GP bottleneck. Game's performance is limited by the single core CPU performance. You can see CPU load around 70%. 50 FPS. Now enable frame generation. Need to restart the game in order to apply the setting. Reset image quality, all thanks to XeSS version 1.3 upscaler. Frame generation on. Apply. Restart. We are in. This time frame generation is working. FSR 3.1, all thanks to DLSS enabler. Can observe the added amount of smoothness. No screen tearing. VRR is definitely working. Animation is looking so smooth. Slight increase in latency. Input delay is not a problem. Let's play the game. Steal the vehicle. Kill the cops again. Game's HUD elements are not flickering. Mod works better than the official FSR 3 implementation in this game. No doubt about it. $80 to 90 FPS. I'll also load the talk down area. very demanding on the CPU, exclusive to Phantom Liberty expansion. Cops are on my tail. Fence is not shimmering. It happens when you use the official FSR 3 upscaler. Yeah, this is Dogtown, riding on my bike. FPS is within a range of 60 to 70. Frame generation is definitely working. Can observe a smoothing effect. Shows some combat. Start shooting people. Better performance on foot. You can see we are not hitting the GPU bottleneck. GPU load is close to 90%. Again, game's performance is limited by the single core CPU performance through a grenade. It's a good performance in Cyberpunk on Bazzite. Now I'll be testing the next game. Now I'll be running Black Myth Wukong using G-Proton version 9-13 as the compatibility layer. In-game settings. Display mode borderless 900p resolution, VSync off, motion blur off. Super resolution set to 66. Basically the quality preset of FSR upscaler. This game supports FSR 3 officially. Frame generation disabled for the time being. I have set anti-aliasing and texture quality to medium. Rest of the settings are set to low. This is the first chapter outside of forest. Yeah, here FPS is close to 40. We are hitting the GPU bottleneck. I was getting slightly better performance on Windows, like 40 to 45 FPS here. Show you some combat. Can observe some choppiness. Outside allies VRR range. Enable frame generation now. On. Resume the game. What's with the frame pacing graph? All erratic. Not observing any hitching. Can observe the added amount of smoothness. FPS is close to 60 now. You can drop the resolution to 720p now to gain a few frames. Entirely up to you. Explore the area. Yeah, this game suffers from traversal status. These traversal status are present even on Bazzite and Unreal Engine for you. Now I'll be testing the next game. I'll be running the EA app version of Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Already shown you how to install EA app on SteamOS via Steam itself. We'll drop the video link in the description. Using G-Proton version 9-13 as the compatibility layer. I have installed Luke FC's FSR 3 mod in this game. For some reason it does not work in gaming mode, only works in desktop mode. This is why I showed you the setup for Mangohud on Jedi Survivor. Official upscaler does not work with the EA app version of the game. Don't know why. Mod fixes this issue. Game settings 720p resolution using the low preset. Display mode full screen. VSync off. I'll just set upscaler to quality. That's it. There's Cal. Here FPS is close to 40. I am on Planet Kobo, known for its performance issues. Upscaler is not working. We are hitting the GPU bottleneck. Big open area ahead of me. This game received a new update just a few days ago, patch 9. It removed Denuvo. Allegedly helps in improving the game's stability. Game stutters less now, no doubt about it. Around 35 FPS during combat. I'll fight against the big creature. There it is. Resting. Take out the minions first. Use my ability, slow down time. Oh my god. Should have dodged that attack. Got stomped. Drop kick. Finally took it out. Next area is very demanding. Keep an eye on the FPS counter. Area will get load up. FPS, yeah. 30 to 35 FPS. Landing on the tin can. I'll just use the rope to descend. Almost missed the rope. Riverbed. Sprint around. This game pushes Ally to its limits. 30 to 35 FPS. And this is after so many performance improving updates. Now design the game with Luke FC's FSR 3 mod. Switch to desktop mode. Select EA app in your Steam library. Click on the settings cog. Click on properties under launch options. Add this line of text. Mangohud equal to 1 is for Mangohud overlay. In mm. This is for loading the mod. Game settings. 720p resolution. Low preset. DLSS enable using its quality preset. This is basically FSR upscaler, frame generation enabled, motion blur film grain, chromatic aberration disabled. There's Cal, and this time we are getting around 80 FPS, all thanks to the mod. Big improvement in terms of performance. Upscaling is working. It's very easy to tell that frame generation is working. You can see some ghosting around the lightsaber. Input delay is not a problem. It's not a first person shooter. Show you some combat. We are adding the GPU bottleneck. Mangohud overlay. Subtitles are not flickering. Even the HUD elements are not flickering. You'll see some double images around the left and right edges of the display. Common FSR frame generation artifact. (67 to 80 FPS). Few hitches here and there. Mostly a stable experience. Oh my god, that creature threw a rock at me. Quickly take it out. We'll be running the Epic Games version of Alan Wake Part 2. Already shown you how to install Epic Games on SteamOS via Steam itself. We'll drop the video link in the description. Using gproton version 9-13 as the compatibility layer. Need to add a command at the end of Epic Games target directory, otherwise there will be a black screen when you launch it in gaming mode. This is the command space -opengl. That's it. It's working. There's Alan Wake 2. For this game I have installed DLSS enabler mod. We'll be using it to enable FSR frame generation. First I'll run the game without it. In game settings, display mode full screen, resolution 720p, DLSS upscaler enabled using its quality preset. This is basically XeSS version 1.3 upscaler, frame generation off, motion blur film grain, lens distortion off, low preset, all effects enabled, ray tracing disabled. There's Alan. I'm in the dark place. This is a safe zone. 32, 35 FPS. Outside, not safe here. 30 FPS. Gameplay is a bit choppy. Use my flare. This effect is very heavy on the GPU. Almost hitting the GPU bottleneck. Shadows are nearby. They can plunge at me anytime. Okay, now I'll enable frame generation. On. FPS increased to around 60. Can observe the added amount of smoothness. It's working properly. Slight increase in latency, nothing extreme. This game is not very aim intensive. Using my flare gun. Just waiting for a shadow to attack me. It's not happening for some reason. They are very passive. Oh my god, this was the flare gun. Got someone, it seems. Yeah, so it's playable on Rog Ally using Bazzite. I get roughly the same performance in this game and using Windows. Oh my god, what was that? Now I'll be testing the next game. So dark. Now I'll be running Hogwarts Legacy. Again I'm using Proton version 9-13 as the compatibility layer. For this game I'll be using DLSS enabler mod to enable FSR frame generation in conjunction with XeSS version 1.3 upscaler. In game settings 900p resolution. DLSS upscaler enable using its quality preset. This is basically XeSS version 1.3 upscaler. Sharpness level set to 0.6 roughly. Frame generation off. VSync off. Motion blur disabled. I have set the shadow quality and texture quality to medium. Rest of the settings are set to low. Ray tracing off. Straight away load the Hogsmeade area. Standing at the entrance of Hogsmeade. Here FPS is within a range of 50 to 60. Not bad at all. This is the game running without frame generation. Yeah, we are hitting the GPU bottleneck. This area is very demanding on the CPU as well. High NPC count. Exploring the area on foot. Sparks. Animation is looking so smooth. We are inside Allies VRR. Hogsmeade Square. Few hiccups here. 46 to 52 FPS. Observing some texture pop-in issue. Massive FPS drop here. Maybe due to the shader cache compilation. Just install the game. FPS is stable now. I'll enable frame generation. On. Resume the game. Yeah, FPS increased to around 80 to 90. Can observe the added amount of smoothness. Can also observe the slight increase in latency. Nothing extreme though. Shouldn't be a problem in this game. Not a first person shooter. Game side elements are not flickering. Image quality is looking decent. I'll just leave this area. Fly around using my broom. This is the no flying zone. Show you some combat as well. And now I can equip my broom. There you go. Gain some altitude. 100 FPS. You can see the castle in the background. Gorgeous visuals. Looking for the bad guys. Minimap.
The castle must have been quite steep in its time.
Found someone. Serious, heavily guarded. Hiccup there. It's a wolf here. Oh no, it lunged at me. Decent performance. Few itches here and there, nothing extreme. I'll be testing the next game. I'll be running God of War, again using the same compatibility layer, G-Proton version 9-13. In-game settings, 900p resolution, VSync off, motion blur and frame constant set to nil, FSR upscaler enabled using its quality preset, original preset for the graphics. I'll jump straight into combat. Look at these creatures sprinting towards me. I'll let them gang up on me. Will increase the load on the processor. Okay, here we are hitting the GPU bottleneck. FPS is within a range of 50 to 55. 48 FPS here. Push them away. Use my axe. That was my shield. So very smooth experience. You can see the frame time graph. Not using any frame generation technique. This game does not support FSR. No DLSS frame generation as well. I get roughly the same performance on Windows. Oh no, I'm down. Erdtree can revive me. Activate rage. One step to dead. (45 to 70 FPS depending on the NPC count. I'll be testing the next game. Very smooth experience. I'll be running one of my favorite games, Resident Evil 4. It's the remake, G-Proton version 9-13 as the compatibility layer. This game does not support any frame generation technique. 900p resolution, full screen mode. I'll just use the prioritize performance preset. FSR upscaler enabled using its quality preset. That's it. These are the settings that come with this preset. Most of the effects are disabled. The game's performance gets limited by the CPU when there are a lot of non-playable characters on the screen. Entering the village, I'll be fighting against hordes of villagers. You can see here GPU load is close to 90%. We are not hitting the GPU bottleneck. The performance is limited by the single core CPU performance. Close to 50 FPS. Set that cop on fire. Start shooting. Just run around this area. The fire pit is very demanding. 90% GPU load. Let the villagers gang up on me. Increase the stress on the processor. Very stable performance. You can see the frame pacing graph, a flat line. Haven't enabled any frame generation technique. Not observing any screen tearing. VRR is doing a good job. Oh my god, I threw an axe at me. Took out 4 guys. Leon's round kick is very powerful. 3. Quickly create some space. Shoot this lab. The creature is on fire. Oh my god. So 40 to 50 FPS. Now I'll be testing the next game. Another Capcom game, Dragon's Dogma 2. This game is notorious for its performance issues, using G-Proton version 9-13 as the compatibility layer. In-game settings 720p resolution. Game supports FSR 3 upscaler but doesn't support FSR frame generation. Strange. Using FSR 3's quality preset. Effects disabled. Everything set to low. Shadow gas setting enabled, helps in improving the performance. Motion blur disabled. That's it. I'll load the Wormwood city area. Very demanding on the CPU. There's my character and my pawns, 3 of them. Okay, here FPS is within a range of 25 to 30. I'm just going to the town center area, more demanding. Game is looking ugly. Yeah, FPS dropped down to around 20. We are not hitting the GPU bottleneck. Game's performance is limited by the single core CPU performance. Non-playable characters around us kill the performance. I'll just leave this place. Here's the exit. 20 to 25 FPS. Bazzite can't do much in the open now. Still the performance is poor. Now we are hitting the GPU bottleneck, so the game is demanding on both CPU and GPU. Now I'll be testing the next game. Elden Ring, Shadow of Erdtree expansion. Even for this game I'm using G-Proton version 9-13 as the compatibility layer. This game doesn't support any frame generation technique. It does not even support any upscaler like FSR or DLSS. Game settings 900p resolution. I am using the medium preset with motion blur disabled. And that's it. I'm in the graveside plain area. Here FPS is close to 50. GPU load is around 90%. So we are not hitting the GPU bottleneck. FPS is around 50 to 55. This game's FPS is capped at 60. Performance is mostly limited by the single core CPU performance, the game's performance. Okay, I'll head to Castle Ansis, cross the Great Bridge. This area is very demanding. Keep an eye on the FPS counter. Yeah, there's the bridge. You can see the imposing castle in the background. FPS dropped down to around 40. 80% GPU load. On Windows platform, I use lossless scaling in this game. It's frame generation. LSFG works very nicely. Unfortunately, LSFG is not compatible with Steam OS at the moment. Engage in combat. 36 to 40 FPS. It depends on the area. 77% GPU load. Bit disappointed with this game's performance. No hitching though. Frame pacing up. Flatline. Cleared the area. This was the last game. Done with the testing. In most of the games, Bazzite's performance was similar to Windows performance. Black Myth Wukong was one game where Bazzite underperformed compared to Windows. I'm gonna give that game another look. Frame generation and VRR worked very nicely. I'm going to say this again, would not recommend switching from Windows to Bazzite if you're looking for performance gains in your games. In most of the games, the performance difference will be well within the margin of error. The 1% FPS performance was quite good. There was not a lot of stuttering in most of the games. So that's it for the video guys. I hope you find it useful. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.